A very good morning to you and welcome back to the show. How is everybody doing? How is your day going so far? I am Jamie, and this is, of course, the Chat Wrap on Relax Radio. Excuse me for that little hullabaloo in the beginning, but here, listen. What we do here at Relax Radio is to make sure that you are inspired and informed at the same time. So make sure that you follow us on all of our social media platforms, that is Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, basically everything. Okay, we go as Relax Radio, and we want you to show us some love. We want you to be a part of the show. We want you to share your thoughts and opinions, so go ahead and do just that, because we do have a lot of interesting things in store for you. We have a lot of interesting things we want to talk to you about, so make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio. With that being said, let's get on into the conversation for the next couple minutes. But before we do, though, just one little thing I want to remind you. Make sure that you download our app, because it's available absolutely free of charge on iOS and Android. So make sure that you download our app so that you can take us with you wherever it is that you go. All right, with that being said, I want to talk to you about something very, very interesting, and that's with regards to quarantine hotels. Now, we've been talking about the whole quarantine situation. I told you how, with regards to the rules, if you travel to a red list country, in the UK, if you travel to a red list country, when you come back to UK, you need to spend about a 10-day stay at a government managed quarantine hotel when you return. Okay, so that's basically the rule or the law. And this currently, if my figures are correct, apparently it used to cost about £1,750, but apparently it was increased to £2,285 for a single adult, and about £1,430 for a second adult from August 12th. Okay, and this is for a 10-day stay at a government managed quarantine hotel, and that's mandatory that you stay in one of these hotels if you return from a red list country, if you travel to a red list country. Now, the thing about this is that, see, this is necessary, because if you don't, you have serious penalties, which we spoke of earlier on. But what I do want to talk about is the conditions of these quarantine hotels. Okay, I want to talk about whether these are actually good, and you're paying for something. And what's crazy is that there was this Welsh engineer, okay, that documented shocking conditions during one of these 10-day hotel quarantine centers. And he said, and I quote, he said it was probably worse than prison. And I was just like, what? That can't be true. So I did watch this documentary, and there's so much I want you to want to share with you. So make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio. Now go ahead and share your thoughts and opinions with me. The number to call is 07852473473. And if you're listening to us on our social media platforms, make sure that you leave a comment down below, or wherever possible, because this is happening live, and you can connect with us and share your thoughts and opinions live. And the beautiful thing about this, I know we call ourselves a radio, but we're so much more than an average radio station. We're about making sure that you get an opportunity or a platform to speak up and share your thoughts and opinions. And we do have a lot of people listening in. First of all, a big hello going out to every single one of you that are a part of the show so far. But if you're listening in and you want to share your thoughts and opinions, know that I know that they will be appreciated, okay? Because there's so many other people listening in on our on our website, on our app, on our different social media platforms. And if you share your thoughts and opinions, it's a whole different perspective that people get to see, which is absolutely amazing. So go ahead, let me know what you are thinking by calling me on 07852473473, or doing whatever that's easier for you. All right, let's get back into the conversation. So we're talking about the quarantine centers that are offered by the UK's government quarantine hotels, rather. And what's crazy is that a Welsh engineer actually documented some of the appalling conditions that he experienced while staying at one of these UK government's quarantine hotels. Okay, and Richard Morris is basically an aircraft engineer from Mountain Ash, I think, and he said that he paid the government fee of £1,750 for a 10-day quarantine stay, and he said that it was probably worse than prison. And he said he was disgusted by the quality of food provided. This is definitely something that I want to talk about a little bit more. And what's crazy is that the prices have also been increased, and I'm very curious to know if the quarantine hotels are as bad as this Welsh engineer states them to be. Let's talk about it in a second. Right now, though, we're going to be heading off into a little break, but make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio.
And it gives them something to look at, and it makes them laugh. It makes them laugh, so that's why I do it.
Oh, and it could be a really good pickup line as well. Ladies who ask, "Hey, excuse me, so why are you wearing something so colorful?" I mean, hey, you can always have something up on your sleeve. I mean, got me thinking. You want to stand out. Why do you want to stand out though so much, especially with these kind of shirts when you're riding? There must be a purpose behind it, right?
Well, when you say a purpose, Nick, what I do, I wear the shirts, and mainly one because they're nice and bright, so they make me visible, especially if I'm riding on the road.
Okay. Yeah, that's very important, right? Because you want cars, yeah.
Very important. And also, like, people see me in like calves, and perhaps I shouldn't be saying this on air, I suppose, but in the bar afterwards.
All right.
And it gives them something to look at, and it makes them laugh. It makes them laugh, so that's why I do it.
Oh, and it could be a really good pickup line as well. Ladies who ask, "Hey, excuse me, so why are you wearing something so colorful?" I mean, hey, you can always have something up on your sleeve. I mean, you look like a guy who would do.
You know me too well. You know me too well, Nick.
A very good morning to you and welcome back to the show. How is everybody doing? How is your day going so far? Hope you are doing amazing. Hope your Monday is going amazing. And if it's not, well, that's okay. We're here to make you feel as good as possible. We're here to give you an update of everything that's happening and keep you motivated at the same time. So make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio. The number to call us is 07852 473 473. So make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio. Now, I am Jamie, and I'm going to be with you for a couple minutes more, actually, talking to you about a lot of interesting things. So make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio. I also want to talk to you about a lot of different things, and I want you to know that we are here for you 24/7, 365. So make sure that you keep it tuned on Relax Radio. Make sure that you let us know what's going on, because we definitely love to hear from you. Call us, get in touch with us during the day if you feel like, ooh, this is a very interesting conversation or a topic to discuss. Then go ahead and share it with us on Facebook or Instagram. You could drop us a DM. You could call us at any time on 07852 473 473 as well. All right, with that being said, I also want to remind you to download our app, because it's available absolutely free of charge on iOS and Android. And all you have to do is download it so that you can take us with you wherever that you go. It makes life so much easier for you. You don't need a radio to listen to us anymore. All you need is to download our app and make sure that it's on your phone so that you can take us with you anywhere that you go, okay? With that being said, let's get on into the conversation with regards to something pretty crazy, and that's with regards to the quarantine hotels. Now, we've been talking about the quarantine rules, and I told you this before, but I'll tell it to you again. Now, apparently, if you do travel to a red list country, a UK designated, that's the word I was looking for. If you travel to a UK designated red list country, you do need to you need to seclude yourself, or you need to enter a quarantine facility, a government managed quarantine facility, okay? And apparently it used to cost £1,750, but apparently it was increased as of the 12th of August to £2,285. Okay, so these are what you need to do when you come back to the UK from if you visit a red list country. But going back into the conversation, what's crazy is that there was this Welsh engineer that actually stayed at one of these UK government quarantine hotels, and he said that the conditions were so disgusting, and it was crazy that he said it's probably worse than prison. And to me, I'm just like, what the heck? You're paying he had actually paid £1,750, and he said paying £1,750, you'd expect the food to be edible. And he said it was so disgusting, the food was disgusting, the conditions were actually appalling, and that to me is insane. Okay, now Richard Morris, that's the name of the Welsh guy that I was talking to you about. Richard Morris is basically an aircraft engineer, and he said that his stay at these quarantine hotels, UK government mandated quarantine hotels, were actually probably worse than prison. And Richard was escorted to the President Hotel in central London on the 19th of June after landing from a red list country of, I think, Philippines. And he's been working there for the last 4 months. And when he came to London, he had to go to the President Hotel to quarantine for 10 days. And he said that the majority of his work overseas requires him to travel through red list countries. And Richard's return required him to obviously quarantine for 10 days in this managed quarantine hotel. Okay. And he said that it was so bad, the process took hours, and it was so messed up, and he said that it's crazy as the time and the inconveniences that were caused. He also said that he's been disgusted by the conditions that he has experienced so far. And that to me is absolutely crazy. Apparently the food is horrific, and apparently they give you like plastic knives and forks, and I just saw a picture of the food, and to me I'm just like, that can't be real. You're paying to eat out of a plastic tray with plastic spoons and forks with food that is barely edible. And that's crazy. And he documents his whole experience. I just hope that it gets better than that, because people are paying for this, and the government needs to step up their game just a little bit. That's just what I wanted to talk to you about. Go ahead, share your thoughts and opinions with me. The number to do so is 07852 473 473, or make sure that you leave a comment down below. With that being said, we're going to be heading off into a little break. When I come back, though, we do have a lot more interesting things to talk about, so make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio.